Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Roth IRA and retirement planning workshop today. My name is Vasily, and I am a partner at Mykonos Financial Consulting. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, and my name's Nathaniel. I'm also a partner at Mykonos Financial Consulting as well. So, just starting off, going into the background of what a Roth IRA is, it's basically an individual retirement account, something separate that's not included in, like, say 401ks you get are typically included in your employment, but a Roth IRA is something that you do individually. But what's very important about a Roth IRA is that it grows tax-free, and whenever you become of a certain age to be able to pull out and distribute any of the funds that are in there, that is also tax-free withdrawals. So, those are the big hitting points about a Roth IRA. And there's a couple of different line items that we can talk about, like how much you can put in a Roth IRA annually every single year. When you get over a certain age, you can put a little bit more into it every single year, and the benefits of starting a Roth IRA early and not waiting.
And I have to completely agree with Nathan. So what we do at Mykonos is we kind of, help you go through that. We kind of help guide you in a sense on like what the best decisions are. So like we know, there are multiple types of IRAs. So there is the Roth IRA, which is the best one to start out if you're starting out for retirement young, because like Nathan said, it does grow tax free. So any money you put in could be at the age of 20, 25, 30. Any growth that you have, any, accumulation of wealth in that account cannot be taxed by the government. That is if you keep it in over, the age of 60, 62, 65, depending on some different line items. But again, this is what creates generational wealth. There is a traditional IRA, which is if you're starting really, at an older age, above 50, I would say, and that helps you reduce your taxable income, which is a great thing to do, but it is taxed when you take it out. So that could be, something that we discussed in a completely different other video. Um, but yeah, and Nathan, just to confirm, this year we have a $7,000 Roth IRA limit, correct?
That is correct, yes.
So what that means is that you could put $7,000 into a Roth IRA investment account, and then that amount can accumulate, and it'll grow tax free. Now, with that, obviously, we've given you the overview of what a Roth IRA is. Think of it as a bank account for your investments for retirement, with tax-free growth. Now, transitioning over to this compound interest calculator, basically, we want to show you how the Roth IRA tool is by far the easiest way to become a millionaire. Pretty straightforward and to be set for retirement. Nathan, do you want to kind of guide us through this process and, just to highlight, the $7,000 limit, as we said, but kind of show how the growth can happen?
Yeah, for sure. So, say for example, you're just starting out, right? You have nothing in the bank account, but in perspective for this calculator, you have to put a dollar. So just say you have a dollar starting out. You're starting out fresh, absolutely nothing, no experience. You just watched our video and you decided to open up a Roth IRA, right? Say you're the age of 20 or 20, let's just do 25, right? And so you want to retire by the time you're age 65. So that's about 40 years of growth. So if we put 40 years of growth in there, and then on average, the S&P, say you just invest in the S&P. You don't have to invest in any different individual like companies or anything. You just got to go into, say, the S&P 500, which returns on average about 10% every single year historically. So say we do an estimated rate of return of 10%. Now we think that now 10% annually. So we're going to do the compound frequency as to annually. And now say that you did max it out. You put $7,000 every single year and your contribution frequency is also annually. So if we click our annual contribution frequency, we can see by the time we're 65, we already have almost about $3.1 million, and that is tax free. So whenever you pull out, once you hit age 65, there's no taxes on that. All that money is 100% yours.
And basically, like, as you guys can see, the longer you wait, it's like when you begin, say you start out now, obviously you're not going to have that much interest accumulate. But like really, once you hit this $100,000 mark, look how much the interest goes up. So if you have about $100,000 in that bank account, right, in this Roth IRA, and you get that 10% estimated annual return. So actually this year for 2025 completely, the S&P returned about 18 to 19%. So it's doing way better than the estimated return. We're being conservative right now, right? In 1 year, you gain about, if we're using the 10% rate of return, you're making $10,000 with no effort, no nothing. and it's all tax free. That $10,000 is tax free. You hit the $500,000 mark in 1 year, you just made $50,000. So it's this continual compounding as we see. And me and Nathan can both, stress this enough. It is the most logical and the most stress-free way to really retire. Now, look what happens if you wait a little bit. So, Nate, let's say instead of 25, we start at the age of 45, right? 20 years of growth. You start doing it, you're only going to have 400,000 in the bank account in the Roth IRA. And don't get me wrong, 400,000 tax-free is a very good number. But with inflation and different things, you're going to want to have more. And, this is, again, a separate account, not considering 401ks and anything else. So with that, we would highly recommend you guys start a 401k, a Roth IRA. And, if you guys have any questions regarding this, please, reach out to us. We'd be happy to help. But again, this is the reality behind it. If you put just $7,000 a month every year, sorry, not a month, every year, and use the 10% annual rate of return, you're going to end up with $3 million in your bank account. Anything else to
Simple
add,
as that.
Nate?
Simple as that. Just start today. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is today.
That is a very true point. So with that, we'll leave you at that. Thank you for making us financial consulting. And again, we are here to provide help, resources, and everything. Don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you.